Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you've just watched my new intro. Soon you will watch my new outro, but right now you're watching my review for One Piece Chapter 730, and wow, was it a chapter! This chapter was amazing. I'm not even going to wait till the end to say it. This chapter was amazing. Okay? It's so much happened, and all of it was awesome. You know, all this commotion in the beginning. Sanji's group, they have no clue what's going on. Nothing. Nada. All right. They had no information. They're trying to figure out what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? You know, while they're trying to figure out what's going on, Zoro and Kinemon, they're trying to go after Doflamingo and get Law back. Isho comes out of nowhere. Fujitora. Well, not really. We knew he was going to show up at some point, but Fujitora, he shows up and takes out Zoro. Gravity, man. Sends him plummeting down. Doflamingo slashes Kinemon. Zoro tries to jump out of that hole and slash Fujitora, but he just gets blocked and pushed away. And the chapter was already good at that point. You know, that stuff was already good. But then at this point, the chapter just gets better. Because in reality, let's face it, we knew that Zoro and Kinemon were going to do something. We knew they weren't just going to sit there. We knew that Fujitora was going to show up at some point. So this stuff wasn't exactly surprising, enjoyable and good, but not like amazing or anything. But this is when the chapter just goes from good to better, you know? It's when the rest of the crew finally figures out what's going on. And they learn that they don't learn that Fujitora is the admiral, that the blind guy was the admiral, but well, they wouldn't know him anyway. But they learn that an admiral of the Marines is there and that Doflamingo has the Marines on his side. They realize how outnumbered they are and that they stand no chance. Okay? And this is when reality starts to sink in for them, alright? Doflamingo, the entire Don Quixote family, the Marines, and Admiral. CPO is still there, probably. Okay? You know, and going up against all these guys, they've got 9 Straw Hats and some dwarves. You know, that's not enough. The Don Quixote family alone could challenge the Straw Hats. But they've got Fujitora and the Admirals too? No. 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 Just no. The Don Quixote family has so many OP guys. Lao G could probably be a challenge and defeat some of the Straw Hats. He could definitely defeat the weaker ones like Chopper, Nami, Usopp, and he'd probably be a challenge for Zoro too. But then you go up a level, and then you get to Pika, Treble, Diamante. There are 3 of them, and those guys, they're probably leagues above everyone else, and Doflamingo's even above them. Right? So the reality starts to sink in at this point. These guys things aren't looking good. All right. And at this point, Doflamingo, Fujitora, they start flying away with Law, and they actually head for the palace, which is interesting because a lot of people are starting to gather up there now, including Violet. But you know, they're going away, but Luffy, he has cone of observation, so he can still figure out that Lost is alive. He says he hears his voice still, you know, and he decides that he's going to leave the Colosseum, which would probably be the same as just resigning from the tournament. You know, and just leaving, quitting, pulling out. But how many synonyms can I think of? It's the same as quitting the tournament, pretty much. And he's going to try and find a way out and go with Zoro and Kinemon. Zoro and Kinemon are trying to avoid the Marines, which they managed to do for quite a while. The Marines must have been hit by freaking Foxy the Silver Fox's slow beam or whatever, because they were going to capture Zoro and Kinemon, but they never showed up for the rest of the chapter. But yeah, Zoro and Kinemon was supposed to be trying to avoid the Marines while Luffy found a way out. Maybe they did. I don't really remember. They might have just given the transponder stone to Luffy, but whatever. You know, before they leave, they hear the scream of the transponder snail, and this shocked the crap out of me. Oh wow, a ship belonging to multiple ships belonging to Big Mom's fleet. They show up, at Dressrosa. Okay, Beck Alms is on there, is on the boat. That other guy, that Tamako? Tamako? Something like that. He's the egg guy. His name is like the Japanese word for eggs, I think, or at least it's really similar to that. But those two are on board, and they're talking to Big Mom. They're actually talking to Big Mom. All right, and I don't. It's possible they were talking on a transponder snail. We didn't hear her response, or here it's a manga, but we didn't see her response, so we can't tell if her response was from a transponder snail or not. But looking at the panel, it didn't look like they had a transponder snail in their hands. Maybe someone behind them had one, but it didn't look like it. So Big Mom might just be on the ship. If she's on this ship, then the arc is just... I don't even know. I don't even know. Wow, if Big Mom is in the ship, that would just... Wow. I don't even want to think about it, because I wouldn't want to... Wow. Can you even imagine what would happen if Big Mom was on this ship and came on and just roast? Oh, wow. 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 But the reason why they're there, apparently, is not because of the Straw Hats. It's because of Caesar. Because Caesar took money from them for his research, and now Big Mom wants to make him pay. Okay, so they're after Caesar, and they're trying to sink the Thousand Mary. Wow, combine it to the Thousand Sunny. Okay, they're shooting cannonballs all over the place. Their aim is just as bad as every other ship that's ever shot a cannonball in this whole series. Garp had better aim than all of these ships, I swear. Him throwing the cannonballs would have been more accurate. But they're shooting cannonballs and every single one of them misses. And Frankie tells him, hey, you guys got to lead Big Mom's ship away from the island, because if she shows up, even if she's not on the boat, if her ship shows up, that's going to make things much, much worse. You thought Dressrosa was in a panic when Doflamingo stepped down? Imagine what would happen if Big Mom stepped foot on that land, dude. Yo, yeah, I would. Oh wow, I kind of want her to be on the ship now. I just want to see what would happen. But Frankie tells him to lead Big Mom away, and Nami, she's I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Nami. She's one of my least favorite Straw Hats. She could never be worse than Chopper. Never, never. She could never be worse than Chopper. But she's one of my least favorite Straw Hats, and it's just because she's annoying. She's weak, and she really, other than navigating, she doesn't really do anything. She's more of a hindrance, since she's been kidnapped like 5 times now. How many? I won't count Arlong Park as being kidnapped, but like off the top of my head, I just watched Strong World, so she got kidnapped there. She got kidnapped in Skypiea, Thriller Bark. Was she kidnapped in any other place? The point is that she gets kidnapped a lot, okay? The point is that she's weak, she's a hindrance, she's always causing problems, being kidnapped and crap, alright? The point, and she acts like, and she treats Luffy and Zoro and Sanji and Usopp and everyone else in the ship except for Robin like crap, acting like she's the, big dog on campus when she's not, so her personality just kind of annoys me, and I've never really been a fan of her, especially as the series goes on. But she was actually really good in this moment, in this part of the chapter. It was really, really good. She gives Luffy advice, and she's absolutely correct in what she's saying. She's telling them that this whole battle, this whole feud with Doflamingo is over 3 things. Caesar, the Smile Factory, and Momonosuke. And while we don't know why Doflamingo wants Momonosuke, we do know that he wants him, and he is the third thing, the third card that is being fought over. And the Straw Hats right now have 2 of those cards. Right? And she explains to Luffy that Law, he fought Doflamingo in order to buy time for them to escape, to put some distance in between them, warned them about his flight and avoiding clouds, everything. He sacrificed himself so that they could protect the 2 cards that they had, and so that he could buy some time for them to get the 3rd card and destroy it. Okay? And with that, she's able to convince Luffy that they should, in fact, turn the ship around again, and go to Zoe. Okay, which is good. Which is good. I've been saying that from the beginning. Okay, they should have gone to Zoe. They shouldn't have even bothered turning back. I'm pretty sure I probably said it during my chapter review when it was revealed they were coming back to Dressrosa, that it made Lost Sacrifice moot. You know, what was why did you do all that for? If they were just going to come back, it just makes the sacrifice pointless. But they do in fact decide to go to Zoe, and I like that. I did. And Franky and his group, they get back on track with the whole destroy the factory thing. And this is pretty much a blueprint for how the rest of the arc is going to go. Sanji's group and the guys on the Thousand Sunny, they're going to go to Zoe. Franky and his group are going to go destroy the factory. Violet's heading for the palace. Doflamingo and Fujitora are heading for the palace. Luffy, Zoro, and Kinemon, they're heading for the palace. Baby 5 is there. That one guy, I think, what was his name? Gladius? I think his name is Gladius. He's there. A bunch of people from the Don Quixote family are there. Diamante's at the Coliseum. Treble's at the factory. But Pika, we don't know where he is. He might be at the palace too. You know, so there are a lot of people who are gathering, a lot of big players that are gathering at the palace. And this is going to be a turning point in this arc. This is going to be major. This is going to be major. Okay, I can sense it already. All right, I can sense it. I got my hockey prepared. All right, I can sense it. Something big is gonna happen at this palace. There's no way something big can't happen at the palace. And other than that, we still have the tournament going on. Rebecca's still fighting in Block D. Once that ends, the rest of the tournaments, assuming it doesn't get canceled, it will continue. Jesus Burgess, Rebecca, who's probably gonna win. Bartolomeo, and Luffy should be competing, but he's kind of going to leave, so it might just be a triple threat match to decide who goes on to face Diamante. And Lao G and Dellinger were supposed to be in there too, and what was his name? Senor Pink. So, you know, the tournament, who knows what's going on. The layout of the tournament was confusing from the get-go. I never really understood that, or how that was going to work. Battle Royales in the blocks, but then the winners of the block? What do they face? Do the winners of the blocks face Lao G, Dellinger, Senor Pink, and Diamante? Or is that when it becomes an actual tournament with like a bracket and everything deciding the winner? Like it was never really clear. But I would assume that's how it's going to go. But with Luffy gone, it's, you know, someone's going to get a bye. The tournament, like I said, might even get canceled, but because of like Big Mom's boat is there, this war's about to break out. You know, the tournament might just be canceled. Aces Devil, for who knows what's going to happen with that. I would assume Rebecca's going to get it, but you never really know. But yeah, not right now. I'm just making theories and kind of just going on and on and on. But this chapter, this was amazing. This chapter's amazing. It's an automatic 10 out of 10. Like I literally didn't even need to think about it. The minute I finished reading it, I didn't even need to finish reading the chapter. Halfway through, I already knew it was a 10 out of 10. It was perfect. This chapter was perfect. It was amazing. It was awesome. It was magnificent, splendid. Whatever positive adverb, adjective you want to use, add any adverbs on you want. It doesn't matter. That's how good this chapter is. It's best chapter of the week. I don't see how anything can beat it. Naruto was great, but this was even better. Bleach wasn't even a contender. It got knocked out in the first round, okay? But One Piece, best chapter of the week. I don't see Beelzebub beating it, Fairy Tail, Magi, nothing. I don't see anything beating this. You know, so yeah, that's it for this review, guys. This chapter gets a 10 out of 10. It was amazing, right? But that's it, all right? Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.